So I'm kind of like the quarterback, right, of the deal. And then I have my real estate person who is like a running back. And then I have my IP person who is like the cornerback. And I don't know any more football references, so I can't name another person. But what's up, you guys? It's your girl Angela with The Aspiring Boss. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is all about why I went down the transactional law path when choosing my career. Now, for most people who are not in it, I feel like transactional law is like a mystery, right? Because when you turn on the TV and you see lawyers, when you go to law school and you read about cases and things like that, it's all geared toward litigation. You know, people who go to court, draft briefs, seeing motions, and all these civil procedure rules, right? So on TV, you know, you almost never see transactional lawyers, and in law school, you don't learn about, you know, transactional lawyering. It's just not geared towards that. I'm not sure why, but it's not. And so I think it's just like I said, this big mystery to people, and a lot of people don't even give it a chance, or they don't even know what it is, or when they think of being a lawyer, all they can think of is litigation style things. And so I kind of wanted to talk about why I chose transactional and why it was the best path for me, and why I'm really happy that I actually did choose it. So basically, when I'm talking about transactional law, for one, I'm talking about anything that isn't litigation, right? So anything that isn't just going to court, because transactional is broad. There's a number of different types of law within the transactional space. And then I'm narrowing it even more to my experience and what I do. And as you guys may or may not know, I practice mergers and acquisition and general corporate law, okay? So when I say transactions, I mean forming, negotiating, and drafting documents for businesses, whether that be for a deal, for a relationship, like, you know, a vendor or something like that. So we basically draft documents and negotiate for businesses for business related things, right? If a business has a problem, they're not going to come to me to go to court and fight it for them. But if a business has a new venture idea, they're going to come to me to help them draft the documents to start that new venture idea. So hopefully that makes a little bit more sense. And like I said, what I do as an M&A lawyer, mergers and acquisitions, what I do as an M&A lawyer and a general corporate lawyer is I help companies buy and sell other companies. I help them with their like general day-to-day corporate work, whether that be like those agreements that I was talking about, or forming companies or restructuring companies and things like that. My favorite is the deal work, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. But yeah, that's pretty much what I do. So now that we got that out the way, let's jump into why I chose transactional law and not litigation. First reason is I paid attention to what I liked in law school, right? I really liked contracts law. I really didn't love torts law. Contracts law is more my speed. Torts law would be, you know, if you are a personal injury lawyer or something like that. I really did not enjoy torts law. I just thought it was convoluted and annoying, but I really liked and was intrigued by contract law. I did well in both though. So it really was about what I liked and not what I was good at. And so I kind of paid attention to that. And I feel like though, it was more so making my decision off of what I didn't like, because like LRW. At my school it's called LRW, but legal reading and writing. You did a lot of research, you did a lot of briefs, you did a lot of case reading. I mean, law school is all case reading. I did not like it. It's just not my thing, right? Like reading cases all day, synthesizing cases just isn't my jam. I can do it. I was on law review, didn't love it. You know, I was kind of just on because I felt like I needed to make my resume as good as it could be, because I knew I was going to, you know, be trying to work at one of the top law firms or big law. And so that's the only reason why I even did law review. Not because I like to do legal writing. Not that style anyway. Thinking about that, you know, you realize you're going to be a lawyer. If you're going to be a litigator, that's exactly what you're going to be doing versus a transactional lawyer. Very rarely do I do a lot of research, especially your traditional like legal related research like Westlaw and Lexis. Very rarely do I have to sign on to those. I know you litigators out there or you law students out there probably know your Westlaw or Lexis password by heart because you're on it so much. Me, don't remember it, don't know it, gotta, you know, sign up every time because I just don't log in that much. Not to say I don't do research, but it's a lot less often. And a lot of times when I do, I don't necessarily have to log onto one of those platforms. Like a lot of times I'm looking up statutory things, which you can just do a quick Google and things like that. So I really like that aspect that I'm not just, you know, reading through case law and synthesizing cases. For any of you guys who are not yet in law school or not lawyers yet, when I say LexisNexis and Westlaw, those are just platforms that legal professionals use to do research. Okay, so the next reason why I chose transactional law is really like trifold. And I knew that I would have the ability to really learn about business and how it works, okay? But before practicing, you know, I went to law school, and in undergrad, I didn't take any business courses or anything like that. And I just didn't know much about business. And I didn't even realize how much I needed to know about business until I got a little bit older. And then I started to realize, like, man, I should have took a few business courses and things like that. The amount of exposure I get to businesses and how they run and how they operate and why certain decisions need to be made and things like that is just such good learning experience, you guys. And the reason why for me it was so important to learn about business, like I said, is kind of trifold. So the first thing is I don't really know what my future holds, right? Like I don't know if I'm gonna be a partner in my law firm. I don't know if I'm gonna go in-house and work for a company as their in-house lawyer. I don't know if I'm gonna go be an officer of the company and go work in a business, but not necessarily in a legal space, or just run my own businesses. And so just that exposure to all these different types of aspects really kind of opens up opportunities for me outside of working, you know, at a law firm. And like I said, I don't really know what my future holds, but I do know that I have a lot of exit options if I want them. Specifically, as a transactional attorney, I think there's a lot more opportunities out there for transactional attorneys outside of the law firm and your standard law firm than there is for litigation. So that was a consideration that I really did take into account. And, you know, some people might not agree, but just from my experience and just what I've seen, that's just kind of my take on it. No shades to the litigators because we need y'all. The second thing is the support that I can offer to myself and my loved ones. As you guys know, I'm kind of on my own business ventures right now. And a lot of these things that we need to do for our business, I've been exposed to and I'm aware of, and I'm able to do certain things. So take our property company. When it was time to form that company, we didn't have to pay a lawyer because that's what Angela does, you know? That's what I do. I was my own lawyer for that. And to truly be able to understand what you're doing when you're forming a company, because anyone can go, you know, to LegalZoom or whatever, form a company and not even get a lawyer. But to really understand the documents that you need to have to run a business efficiently, to satisfy the bank's requirements when you're opening up business accounts, and when you're just positioning your business to really be run like a business and not, you know, just like a mom and pop solo operation. There's knowledge that comes along with that. It's really nice because I've had that exposure, and so I'm able to maneuver through a lot of those documents and a lot of those requirements quite easily because it's what I do every day for other people. And speaking of other people, well, that's another thing. I have family, I have loved ones that, you know, have business ventures and business interests and things like that. And to be able to understand what they're doing and just help them in any way I can, in any way I'm allowed to, it's pretty awesome. And like I said, no matter what I do later in life, this knowledge will stick with me forever. And I will just forever be grateful and thankful for the experiences that I have due to the track that I chose in this legal career, no matter what I end up doing later in life. Okay, and the last thing is really related to the type of law I practice. Like I said, I do M&A law. So in M&A law, although I'm doing transactional work and I'm really just focused on the corporate part of the deal, I get access and exposure to literally so many different types of law because it's a part of the whole deal. So I'm kind of like the quarterback, right, of the deal. And then I have my real estate person who is like a running back, and then I have my IP person who is like the cornerback, and I don't know any more football references, so I can't name another person. But basically I get to work and deal with people in all these different spaces within the law because of the whole entire transaction. And I'm not sure how much sense that makes, but basically what I'm trying to say is that in the type of law that I do, even though I do this type of law, I get exposure to other types of law within my practice because of what it entails. And so, for example, on most deals that I do, there's some sort of real estate involved. Either they're buying or selling real estate, or they're leasing real estate as a part of the transaction. So I see leases, I hear, you know, real estate related terms. I get exposure to real estate, and that exposure turns into knowledge after you do a number of transactions. And although I wouldn't call myself a real estate, you know, know, expert or anything like that, I pick up on those things and I get knowledge on those things. So, you know, I do know what kind of should be in the lease. So again, you know, there's another instance where I'm able to help myself or do things that the average person wouldn't be able to do because of the type of work that I do. So as a landlord, right? Most landlords have to go and get a lease drafted. I've had enough exposure to leases throughout my practice that I'm comfortable drafting the lease for our tenants. And so just things like that, you know, just things like that I'm really thankful for. And it just solidifies that my decision to go down this path was the right one for me. So the next reason why I chose transactional law over litigation is transactional law is just less adversarial, you guys. Like, it's so funny because when I was a kid, like, my family would say, yep, you're gonna be a lawyer, you should be a lawyer, because I was so bossy, right? But in actuality, I really do not love conflict, and I don't like that whole like adversarial, I must be the winner type of attitude. And a lot of litigators, like, it's like that. Like, you go to court, there's a winner and there's a loser. In transactional, it's not like that. It's a lot more collaborative. Like, yes, we do negotiations and things like that, but our negotiations aren't about winner versus losing. It's how can I meet my client's needs while meeting your client's needs and coming to a common ground. It's just much more good vibes. Like, when I talk to some of my friends in litigation, you know, they're always dealing with somebody who is a jerk or, you know, just very demeaning and things like that. Like, it's far and few between where I run into other opposing counsel in a transactional deal where they're just jerks, because we're all just trying to work together to come to the best interest of our clients. And a lot of times our clients have common interests, you know, it's a common goal, especially in a situation where you're selling your company and the seller is staying on as an employee of the company, or two companies are merging, or just anything like that. And so I really, really enjoy that, you guys. Like, it's so much different than a litigation outcome where somebody's a winner and somebody's a loser. You guys, at the end of the deals, there's always congratulatory emails. You're very cordial with the opposing counsel. Sometimes you even have closing dinners. I think that's become a thing of the past, but yeah, sometimes you even have closing dinners where you all get together and celebrate that you finally closed this deal that has been stressing you out for the past like 2 months or whatever. And so I really, really like that aspect of transaction. I really like just keeping good vibes, you know, at work. It's already a stressful job. The last thing I want to do is be going back and forth with somebody, arguing with somebody, or anybody like belittling or demeaning me. So yeah, that's one thing I really like. And again, like, I can't speak for all litigators and litigations because I've never actually done it. I just know what I've seen and experiences of others. But yes, I find transactional to be way less adversarial than litigation. Okay, so the next one is the variety of work and exposure to things that I get. You guys, like, I learn so much every single day. Don't ask me how. I could literally do the same, or what's purported to be the same transaction for a client 20 times, and I'll learn 20 different things and spot 20 different issues and have to negotiate 20 different issues, because you're usually going to have a different opposing counsel, because the other party is going to be different. And so people think differently, and people have different experience, or people hold certain provisions in contracts higher than other people, or think more things are important. And so you just get a variety. And so what that does for me is every time I close a transaction, I learn something new to take with me to the next transaction and to add to my repertoire of knowledge. And so I love that. I really, really do, because it just keeps it interesting. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it could be super stressful at times, like high stress, but it's such a good learning experience because, like I said, you just get to see so many aspects. You get exposure to so many different type of lawyering styles and things like that. And so I really do really like that aspect of it. Not only that, I get exposure to so many different type of industries, right? I could be doing a deal that's related to the healthcare industry one day, the coal industry the other day, agriculture the next day. Like, it is just such a variety of things that I'm exposed to. So I just learn and learn and learn, and I just soak it up. And so that's really cool. I really like it, you guys. Okay, this last one is probably just like a personality thing. Like, I think I've let you guys in on this and it probably comes through, but I'm like very much a person who likes to have a plan. I like being able to check off things and know what's gonna happen. I like to have it planned out. That's just me. I'm kind of like a type A personality in that way. And with a deal, you kind of have a process. There's a beginning and there's an end. You start off with, you know, a letter of intent and doing due diligence, and at the end, you're going to execute all the documents and have post-closing deliverables, right? And some of that probably sounds like gibberish to you guys, but basically my point is there is like a beginning, middle, end. You have closing checklists, you have things that you check off your list, and you know this is what you need to get done in order to go to the next step. It's just a really structured process where you can break out tasks, and I thrive in those types of situations. I'm not a person who just likes to do things willy-nilly or not have a plan, and so I thrive in situations like that. So I really like that I get to do that in my everyday work. Although sometimes I wish I was a little bit more creative and just free, I like structure. And so I really like that I can do that within my work. Also, one of the things I wanted to emphasize about the whole exit options thing, I very much see myself working at the firm for a while, but it's nice to have options because, as many of you probably already know, working at a law firm is stressful. No matter how great your firm is, and I've been at a couple firms, so trust your girl. And I'll tell you guys all about why I've been at a couple firms on a later date. Just remind me, I'll do a video about it. But no matter what, you're gonna work a lot. You're gonna be stressed out. You're gonna work long hours, and you're gonna have to be available on the weekends and at night. And people will ask you to do things and get a tight turnaround. You have to be responsive. That's just the reality of the profession, especially in a law firm setting. And so for a lot of people, that life is not sustainable. And so you want to be able to say, yes, I went to law school. Yes, I got this law degree, but you don't want to feel boxed in and feel like you have to stay at the law firm if, you know, it's not conducive to your life. So even though I have no plan to exit, that's why exit options are important to me and probably should be important to anyone considering going to law school, being a lawyer, and working at a law firm, because you just never know where you might want to end up. So yeah. Okay guys, so those are the 5 reasons why I chose to go down the transactional law route. I know a lot of my subscribers are aspiring lawyers or in law school already, so I'm interested to know if you guys know anything about transactional law, if you're interested in it, if not, why not? What it is that you want to do. I want to know a little bit more about what you guys like, what you guys are looking for, especially as it relates to my lawyer related content, so I can bring you guys the good content. Yeah, I want to know like what you guys want to be, like what types of lawyers you guys want to be, or if you're not a lawyer and you just watching because you like seeing a young black woman, you know, do her thing. I like that too. I've been getting so many DMs from you guys and comments and things, and they are so like heartwarming. You guys like, I don't know if y'all know this about me yet, but I am a baby. I am so sensitive, and y'all be just over here making me about to cry, because sometimes, you know, this can be hard. Like sometimes you don't get a lot of engagement, you don't get a lot of views. You know, I'm not a big YouTuber. I'm a micro mini YouTuber, and so it's nice to know that some of the things that I say and do are helpful to some of you guys. So for those of you guys who are aspiring lawyers, let me know what type of lawyer you want to be. If you're already a lawyer, let me know what type of lawyer you are. And if you're not a lawyer, let me know what you do. Like, I want to know what y'all be doing, because I just am feeling the love from you guys lately. Like I said, I've been getting DMs on Instagram and stuff like that, and it just makes me feel like so happy to be interacting with you guys, and I want to keep doing that. And so if you haven't already, follow me on Instagram _theaspiringboss. DM me, shoot your girl DM, say hey, I will respond. This law firm life is crazy, but I make sure to respond to y'all because y'all support me, watch my channel, and I just appreciate it so much. So with that, I'm gonna let y'all go. If you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to your girl. I'm on the road to 750 subscribers, and I got a long way to go. So go ahead and subscribe, share with your friends and your aspiring lawyer friends and people who want to get their money right, and so they can subscribe, and let's get these subscribers up, y'all. And I mentioned this in my last video, hit that notification bell, because y'all, YouTube did not be telling y'all when I posted. So hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. And also, if you like the video, hit that like button, okay? And don't forget to let me know what kind of lawyers y'all want to be. If you're not a lawyer or aspiring lawyer, what you do, so I can know a little bit more about you guys. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one, okay? Bye-bye.